Hello guys, welcome. This is your very own teacher, the undergraduate teacher. In today's lesson guys, we are looking at a question which came last year in science paper 2, which was on section B. Like here, science paper 2 2025 G12 section B question. This is a grade 10 work. So it was saying B1 BA1, it will say, explain why learners should wear safety goggles when carrying out certain experiments in the laboratory. So what you need to understand is, the answer you are going to write, you say to protect the eyes from chemicals. You say advanced chemicals, you can also say and the splashes. So you say to protect the eyes from chemicals and splashes. So what you need to understand is that in the laboratory, those splashes, if the liquid splashes into their the chemical splashes into their what eyes, it can cause damage or injury to their eyes. No wonder it is always advised that every learner, when they are supposed to go in the laboratory, they must wear goggles. So question 2, it was saying, state the branch of chemistry in which we study chemical processes in living organisms. You can say bio. The answer here is biochemistry. So what you need to understand is that biochemistry, it studies all chemical reactions that happens in living organism, like animals, plants, also humans. Is what it does, biochemistry. So let us look at question B1. It was saying, which apparatus would you use to show whether the reaction is endothermic or exothermic? So what you need to understand is that the apparatus that you can use to show whether an experiment is endothermic or exothermic reaction is you can say the thermometer. The thermometer One thing to understand is that a thermometer is used to measure temperature. And you need to understand is that an endothermic reaction, it is a reaction that absorbs heat from the surrounding. And the exothermic reaction, it is a reaction that releases heat to the environment. So when the temperature, that means when the temperature decreases, that means it is endothermic. When the temperature rises, that means it is exothermic reaction. So when you use the thermometer, you check when showing the temperature. The thermometer is the one that is going to you are going to use to check whether the temperature is increasing or it is decreasing. So let us look at now. We are going to look at question B2 now of on this section B one question. It is not yet done. Let me show you the question. So guys, this is now 1B2 now, that the question I talked about. It was saying there are two types of changes that occur to substances. Names physical and chemical changes. Complete the following table. So what this question was talking about, that in this table there were two types of changes. That means if this one will be a chemical change, physical change, that means the other one will be a chemical change. So now, here, like there was this statement, type of change. You have to write type of change in this empty box. So the first is change. It said. So before you answer this question, you must understand what is a physical change, what is a chemical change. A physical change, it is a change where no new substance is formed after doing the reaction. After a reaction taking place, no new substance is formed. It's only the size or the state that can change, but there is no new substance which is formed. But when you're talking about a chemical change, a chemical change, it is a change where a new substance is formed from the different substance to a new substance. Now that's a chemical change. So the first question was saying vinegar and boiling water mixed to form carbon dioxide. So when you look at vinegar and boiling water, these are different substances, but they produce a new substance called the carbon dioxide. So that means this is a chemical change. You say this is a chemical change because a new substance has been formed. When you say two, that means if this one is a chemical change, that means this one will be a physical change. You say physical change. So it was saying mixing of salt and water to form brine. So what you need to understand, the brine, this is salty water. That means no new substance has been formed. Even you know, when you mix water and the salt, no, the substance, there won't be any new substance that will be formed. It will be just salty water. That's the way they were talking about. Just they never wanted to just say salt water, but the brine is, this is salty water. So we've come to the end of our lesson. Why should you continue to struggle with science, to struggle with chemistry, to struggle with physics when the undergraduate teacher is here? Just, if you're watching me on TikTok, follow my channel. If you are watching me on YouTube, follow my channel. The undergraduate teacher is where learning never stops.